debrief from a target I gave to Jimmy. So go ahead, Jimmy.
Okay. What was really baffling for me during the session is I don't rarely do a lot of deceased people. Very rarely. In the past, I've done some for Angela and some other projects, whatever, but mainly like certain targets, like remote viewing stuff. This was really interesting for me because I've been on vacation for the last few weeks, get my stuff together. And right from the get go, my first impression was brain waves, actual brain waves. They look like little waves,
Mm-hmm.
whatever,
Mm-hmm.
over and over and over again. Not a lot of activity going on. And I kept thinking, like, well, that means something because I'm writing it automatically, whatever. And I kept thinking, okay, I got to see if I can get some actual data, information now.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, brain waves come up again, brain waves, not a lot of activity. And then the word came through, is this person either, when I'm doing this now, an
Yeah.
hour ago,
Yeah.
is this person sleeping, napping, meditating, or is the person deceased? There's not a lot of brain activity when I was doing this at this time. And then the color black came up. And when I was trained by Angela regarding certain colors, whatever, black means either a deceased person or the person's like in the limbo state of there's not a lot going on right at this time right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I went from there and I put down underneath that I couldn't pick up any physical body symptoms when I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Usually I get something such as the person's got migraines or the person's got a bad leg or something. Sometimes drawn to an ache or pain. I didn't get any of that. I felt like the person was somewhat old, between 50 and 70. I didn't get a sex of this. In other words, I felt like it was a male, but it also had some feminine quality. So I couldn't say, I couldn't tell you, Dave, I picked up information regarding this or that. I just got, it's a possible male. And again, the word blackness came through again. And from there, the basic, without thinking colors that Angela trained me in came through were pink, yellow, orange, and black again. That's very unusual to have black in a session. That means something. That's not just a coincidence. That's the second time in like 2 pages of data, black. I got the initial JC. I got, again, this funny phrasing word, the past. I'm talking about the future. I'm talking about the past. I got the word uncle. I had a visual inside this person's either current residence or past residence, which was a brown bookcase, which is a side of a wall. It was a whole wall, and it was from the probably 70s era. It looked like to me. Bookcase in a wall or home. It was colored brown or tan. Again, I came back to this waves, which were important. And what I mean by that is the actual brain waves. I put down unusual brain waves in this human. And then I've had a clump of data come through, say the person introverted, confident, likes to read or reading, is organized, has intellect, believes the person is smart. And then the word black came up again. That's the third time in about 20 minutes in that session. It came through, black came right through again. And then I had a phrase come through. So I'm drawn into the void. I had no idea what that means. I felt like I was being drawn into the abyss, like, or something elsewhere, and there's not feelings with it. It said my feelings were dead. When I was doing this, I didn't get like, oh, an excitement at all. I got just the opposite. I'm thinking, oh, maybe this person's deceased, and David wants to try to find some information about him. I got at one time the person felt like the person was under a telescope or a microscope, under the watchful eye. That came through. I got the person was or is either left-handed, and then this came through again. All-seeing eye. I had a visual of an eye, like that Egyptian thing again. It was like that, and then taking chances in life. And then I had the phrase center line, and I drew a line on a piece of paper, which I don't even know what that even means. Back to the brain waves again. More brain waves. It almost seems like there's not a lot going on right at this moment. So the person's either sleeping, napping, meditating, or deceased.
Mm-hmm.
One
Yeah.
or the other.
Yeah.
It's just there's no like something saying like, oh, this person likes music. Oh, nothing. I got like It's a very calm state currently, right at this moment now. And if I had a bet, I would probably say, Dave, this person at this moment when I did this was either napping, sleeping, or is deceased. One or the other.
Well,
It,
let me. It makes
what's
me
going
wonder.
on?
Now, when did you do this? You did this what, a couple hours ago?
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah,
it could be if this person's on the other side of the world or something or different. They could
yeah.
be this could be their
It could be a different time zone or
exactly.
something, right? I felt
Interesting.
inactivity.
Hmm.
Um, I had a visual of a white male, small one, very odd looking. Now, this could be a metaphor. It was blowing a horn, and it said talking about one's achievements, blowing one's horn, showing. It was showing a bugle, like showing the compliments or something like that.
Hmm.
And then again, back to the brainwaves again. I kept going back to the
Yeah,
same
I don't know
page.
what that's
It,
about. It's interesting though. I don't know.
I kept
It
drawing. I'm thinking, what the heck is this about? And then it
yeah.
said, pacing the dragon's tail, the eternal cycle of destruction and rebirth. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? I mean, I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
writing
yeah,
it
yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting,
And
interesting.
then I
Okay.
got likes to solve puzzles, likes to figure out puzzles and solves puzzles. Internal changes. Thinks the person thinks well under pressure. The mask the person wears is very complex, layers and layers of hidden shit. And then it ended. And then I try to go back a little bit because I was trying to relax. And the word Hitomi popped through, which could be my thought.
Mm-hmm.
And then hidden agenda. Not what you see is what you get. Hiding, slick, the sly fox. And then it ended. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And everything stopped. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, I better contact Dave about this.
Interesting. Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna read you the task, and so you said center line.
Yeah.
Let me ask you: do you think is it possible? Because sometimes I'll get stuff and I can't like it's like I'm in a room with like a muted voice,
Mhm.
and I get like close to what they're saying. So, just out of curiosity, could that have been center lane?
It could have been. I don't know. It happened so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like was right there.
Okay.
And I just wrote, all right, center line. Then I drew the word center. I wrote center line, but it could be center lane. And then I wrote a line, just
Mm-hmm.
a line down the middle. I'm like, I have no clue. I'm just writing it down, just talking,
Mm-hmm.
just saying it, writing it out and stuff. So I don't know what that even means.
Mm-hmm.
The only AOL I got from my point of view, which was Hitomi, and I had the word underneath the Asian. I think she's Asian, I believe, or whatever
Mm-hmm.
ethnicity. But that was it. And I don't know if she was helping in this or if this is just data that came through and I just wrote it down. Like there was no thinking involved. Trust me, none of this
Mm-hmm.
stuff I said to you was thoughtful. It was
Mm-hmm.
just go for broke type thing. And that was it. And then but the feeling afterwards was this is what got me excited about this. I've done enough of these where I know when I get this feeling afterwards that I've made some sort of contact with the site
Mm-hmm.
because this is just like when I've done some reviewing and all of a sudden I write it down, I send you somebody some shit or whatever, and they say, "Oh my god, you hit some of this," and I got that feeling afterwards. I'm thinking, "Holy shit, there's some information here that's usable,"
Yeah.
and that's what I feel right now. I got that vibe of like, I know I tapped into something.
Yeah. I could
I can't
tell.
say
I could
what it is.
tell. I could just tell by your anxiousness that you knew
Yeah,
you
yeah. I
were.
can't control it like
Yeah.
it's a physical reaction. It's not like, oh shit, I did terrible, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know I at least got something correct because I got that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what exactly it is because none of this makes any sense to me.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna just so I have somebody else on this too. So hopefully
Yep.
we'll get something to cut it. So basically, I've got a troll on YouTube, and I've blocked him a couple times. But what they do is they come up with a name, and I'll block them. And I'm pretty sure it's the same person. They come up with a different name, and then I block them again. This one was at disappointed, and the last one was some catchy name. Okay, and I knew it was the same person. And after I blocked him, I figured out maybe I was going to put somebody on it. But this is actually the target I gave you that a while back or whatever. But so the remote viewer will optimally describe the person at the time of writing the comment provided with the feedback. And I'll show you the comment
Mhm.
off camera because it's not like it affects other people as well, and it, you know what I mean, who cares, it's a troll. But I wanted to kind of troll the troll type
Yep.
of thing. So, in that intention, identify this person who's harassing me. So I'll send you the task and I'll send you the comment or I'll tell you that after the thing. So, but basically, guys, if you're watching this, we'll talk, Jimmy, if we share it or whatever. But this is my trolling the troll video with. I sent Jimmy to just peek around and see if he can get any impressions. Um, and this is what he got. And I have somebody else coming back with something. So, um, if you really want my attention, if I get the time, I'll give it to you. So thanks for watching, Jimmy. I'm gonna stop this.
Yep.